And we'll turn it over to you, Keary. Thank you for joining us.
All right. So last week was I thought we had a great week of practice. Obviously, we lost a lot of production, losing Amara and Tyler Vaughns. They've been players here for a while for us. And, obviously Drake is back and leading the group. And we're excited about that. And we're excited about the other guys in the room that are ready for this opportunity. There's a lot of guys that are competing for some spots, and I'm excited. I'm excited for these guys to have their time, and I think we had a great week of practice last week, and we got to put another one together this week, and we'll take it from there, and I just think obviously there's a standard in the room that's very high. And I think the guys are up to the challenge and upholding the standard and raising the bar, honestly. So like I said before, it's led by Drake, and he's had a great 2 seasons, and really excited about his third year and his growth, and honestly, this is the first time he's had a true off season and strictly football, and you can kind of tell. I feel like his body is changing. I just think that with continued reps and time, he's continuing to dominate and at the position and just become a force in college football.
Okay, thank you, Keary. With that, we'll take questions from the media for either Keary or Drake. We'll start with Shotgun.
Hey, Keary, what does Katie Nixon add to the room for you guys and wide receivers?
He has a bunch of experience, obviously playing at the University of Colorado. He played there, had a bunch of catches and touchdowns, and he's an older guy. He's the vet in the room, and aside from just his playing experience, he brings energy. He brings he's very positive. Everybody loves him on the team and in the room, and he's a vet, man. He's a pro. I've been obviously in the NFL, and when they say guys are vets or guys are pros and stuff like that in the NFL, Katie is that version of that in college football. I mean, he's taking notes in meetings. He'll do whatever he has to do for the team. I mean, he's motivating guys, he's pushing guys, and but at the same time, he's out there to do a job and compete and make plays and help the team win in any fashion.
Ryan Karchi, you're up.
Drake, Keary mentioned that this is your first full off season. How different has that been, just to be able to have all that time to focus mainly on football?
It's been great just to focus solely on one sport. Just going out there and competing with the guys day in and day out, it definitely has helped me, and it definitely has been fun.
How much of a difference do you feel like that'll make, just having this time to even just sort of experiment with things as opposed to just sort of being thrust into fall camp, right away?
It's like night and day, to be honest. Just like Coach KC said, just getting reps, constantly getting reps, has definitely helped me. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much night and day.
Okay, Ryan Abraham.
Hey, Keary, you talked about losing Amon-Ra St. Brown and Tyler Vaughns. How different is that receiver room, those meetings feel without those two veterans in the group?
Yeah, it's different, but honestly, I think at the start of each season, each room is going to be different. Each team is going to be different. We're all, that's the great thing about football, the great thing about sports. You create new identities each year, and you kind of gel the pieces that you have in the room together. And at the end of the day, you kind of see how it fits. And of course, losing those two guys, again, a bunch of experience and play history, but I'm excited for the guys in the room, and I think some of the guys in the room have different skill sets, and I look forward to them kind of raising that bar, that standard. And then honestly, just putting their stamp on a season and on their room. It's their room now, you know what I mean? So that's every season, when you lose guys, we just have to establish our identity as a wide receiver room.
Drake, maybe any thoughts on that too, you being with those guys gone from the room?
Yeah, it definitely is different. Without those guys there, I mean, I've been behind people like Michael Pittman, Amara on TV, and stepping up into that role pretty quick, actually. I mean, it's gone by so fast, but our room is like a family. I think we're closer than we have ever been.
Okay, Mark Culkin.
Good morning. Drake, coaches always talk about their players and their attributes and their strengths. If you could take a few minutes, talk about Coach Colbert and what he brings to the room and why players want to play for him. Because he's such a soft-spoken, intense guy. You don't really hear a lot about him.
There's one word that I'll describe Casey, and he's just real. He's real with you, and he's there to help you in every aspect, whether it's on the field or off the field. And I think that people want to play for him and players want to play for him is because he is real with you in the fact that he's not going to hold anything back. He's not to say so blunt, but he's going to let you know the truth and he's going to help you with that.
And you've been talking about, Amon Ra and Tyler Vaughns, these guys who are gone now. What are some of the things that you've picked up from them that you're going to carry over as, the leader of the room, so to speak?
Just leading by example, how they practice, how they go about their business outside of practice, just all the little things that they've taught me. And like I said, like Pittman, I'm also learned from him. So just trying to take every little bits from all of them and trying to implement it into my leadership.
Okay, we'll go to Antonio.
Keary, Gary didn't get a full spring last year and was kind of thrust into the season with an abbreviated training camp. What do you want to see from him this spring as his role expands?
I mean, honestly, I just want to see him compete and play fast and just play well within the offense. And I think he had a great week last week, and we joked about it, he and I, because we were looking at day one last spring compared to where he is now, and it's night and day. I mean, he was a great player coming in, but just I think any freshman there's a slight transition from learning the plays to playing fast and just having that confidence. And I mean, we literally joked about it, and I think he has a confidence within the offense right now. He knows what he's doing and what is expected of him, and he's out there just ready to play and compete and make plays. So I think obviously there's always a lot that comes with the expectations of the high school players, but at the end of the day, we always talk about kind of just creating and going down our own path and kind of not really worrying about, other people's paths or tracks and just appreciating our journey. You know what I mean? So he's done a great job with that. I'm excited about him this spring and this season.
And I know Josh Jackson isn't in your position room anymore, but what's it like seeing him out there making plays at DB?
It was awesome to see him make that play the other day. I mean, obviously I was a little, the bias side of me, the receiver side of me wanted us to not allow them to get that interception, but it was a great play. He's having fun, smile on his face. He's taking the new challenge in stride and really, it was something that he wanted to do, and I'm happy for him in that sense of that, that was where he felt led and you see him having early success. I think he has a lot of upside and growth opportunity, the more and more he plays position. And, he's a talented football player, obviously, to be able to, play on both sides of the ball.
Okay, back to Ryan Karchi.
Here, you mentioned the benefit of just Drake having this off season. As far as you see it, what is the next step you'd like to see in his development?
Honestly, you know, I think we've talked about some things, and you know, his first couple of years he played a lot on the inside because of you know, Pittman and Amara and Tyler Vaughns, and that's just the way it worked out. With trying to get our best four on the field was to have them inside, and Drake owned it. You know what I mean? He was head above shoulders, you know, better on the inside. But I think we've talked about it for him this season. Just wanting to get him better, not better, but just wanting to give him experience on the outside as well. You know what I mean? And just so he can check all the boxes, you know, for a complete wide receiver. You know what I mean? We don't want to leave any room for anybody to have anything negative to say, you know. So we've talked about it. He's taken that in stride as well, playing on the outside. And obviously, honestly, you know, he's just as good inside or outside. He can do it all. And I think that's the best thing about, you know, his game is that you can play him on the inside or outside, and you're going to get the same results at the end of the day. He's going to make the play.
I don't know. We haven't talked to anyone about Taj Washington. Obviously, you won't get him until fall, but what does he bring to the room as far as you see it?
I don't know if I can talk about him, so I'm not going to.
Can you not?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
Nope.
not yet. Okay.
No. Okay, let's go to Claudette Addison. Claudette Addison. Okay, we'll skip and go to Ryan Young.
Keary, building off that with Drake working on the outside this spring, do you see him out there primarily in the fall, or is he going to be mix and matching?
I don't know yet, honestly. We'll figure that out once we get closer to the season. I think right now it's really just about the development of the players. And then we'll develop the players within the system, and we'll kind of see how it fits when you put all the pieces together. So, you know, right now, the great thing about spring is that, you know, there's really no depth charts. You know what I mean? Like, people go out there with groups and at certain times, but at the end of the day, it's about everybody getting the reps and everybody just competing. And then once we get to training camp, we'll mix and match, and we'll get our best people out there. So I can't answer that right now, but again, it was more about trying to give him the experience of playing inside and outside so he can develop and you know, make him more whole as a wide receiver.
And for you, Drake, is that an opportunity you wanted to be able to showcase yourself on the outside? I know you played out there in high school, or how do you kind of see this this chance?
Definitely, I definitely wanted to showcase my talent out there, and like Coach has said and reiterated a ton of times, the spring ball is really for practice and just trying out new things and just trying to figure it out. And this is my first off season with the team, so as much as I can get reps outside, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, Haley Sawyer.
Hello. Drake, I know you're not on a team anymore, but how much do you play basketball just on your own time, maybe for fun to shoot around? And I mean, how much has basketball helped you overall as an athlete too?
As of right now, I haven't been playing too much basketball. I do miss it a little bit, but basketball has helped me a ton in football. Like, as if a jump ball is same as a rebound, crossovers for my releases. It definitely has helped me and pushed me in my game in football.
Okay, we'll try Claudette. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
My question's for Drake. Just wondering, any regrets on not playing basketball this year after they had such a successful season, especially in the tournament?
There's a part of me, I wouldn't say regrets, but definitely misses it a little bit. But I think I made the right decision, and I'm gonna stand on that.
Ryan Abraham.
Hey Drake, just wanted to get your impressions on the two freshman quarterback, Jackson Dart and Miller Moss. What they've, 3 practices in, but what do they look like to you so far?
They both look really, really good from my point of view. They're very, I wouldn't say ballsy, but they're just good players overall. They bring different aspects to the game. Each one has their own little type of skill set, and I mean, they're showing out and they're doing their job. So can't really say much.
On the other side of the ball, how about any of the young defensive backs? Anyone stand out to you, or how do they look so far?
To be honest, I haven't really gone against too many of the young DBs. I've only been able to watch, but so far, I mean, they've been doing great.
Ryan Karchi.
Hey, Keary, any of the young guys in particular kind of stand out to you in this first week?
Young guys, you talking about just overall on the team?
I meant wide receivers even.
Oh,
just
wide
really, but
receivers.
if there's anyone else on the team, that'd be interesting too.
I mean, honestly, I think everybody was made some plays this past week. Obviously, from a receiver standpoint, Michael Jackson is the young guy in our room that's new as far as being a mid-year enrollee. I thought he had a really good week. He's learning. He's learning obviously the playbook. He's very competitive. He has a great skill set. He made some plays. He's very fast. I mean, you guys are out there. He's talented. He had a good week. I'm excited about him and what he brings to the room. And I think he's had one of the better off-season conditioning program and just just seeing that kid work, from running and lifting. Again, he's very serious. He's doing well for himself, and I think it's great that he's here early. But also, the other guys in the room have made plays. Obviously, KD is new, but obviously has experience. He made some plays this week as well. We're kind of moving him around a little bit, and again, that's the great thing about how we're doing it this spring, which we hadn't done it in the past. In the past, we were we put people where they play, and we've been moving guys in and out. So I think the more the merrier, and the more things that guys can do, I think it'll be great for us once the season starts.
Anything in particular precipitate you guys moving guys around more, or was that just something you thought, we haven't done this before, maybe we'll try it?
Well, I think it comes with, the amount of guys that we've lost over the last, couple seasons, obviously with Pittman and Amon-Ra and Tyler. Those guys have been holding down some spots for some years, and now, you got a bunch of spots open. So now it's just easier to kind of move guys around a little bit, as opposed to in the past where, those guys were Tyler was the Z and Pittman was the X, and Amon-Ra played, inside and outside a little bit for us. But, now that it's so open, we just kind of felt that it was best just to kind of mix and match and really see where, again, the identity of this wide receiver room can be at its best. And the only way to figure that out is just to kind of move the pieces around and let them go out there and put it on tape. And then at the end of the day, we'll present it in September.
Okay, we'll do a couple more questions. Go to Mark Culkin first.
Coach, with the way you played the game, you were, kind of a physical player, and that's what's kind of going on in camp right now. You guys are building a lot of a physical mentality. In your wide receiver room, who kind of played the game the way you did when you were playing?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think everybody's different, you know what I mean? And I don't think that I dang wrote the Bible on receiver play or anything like that. But I I don't know. It's probably a combination or honestly, all the guys. I think, they all possess, and I think it's part of recruiting, right? You're gonna recruit what what is important to you. So I think all the guys kind of possess some toughness to them. But they're all different skill sets. I mean, from KD to Drake. I mean, I'm talking about the tallest to the smallest. All these dudes will get in there and mix it up. They're tough in the run game. They run good routes. They're good at the point of catching the ball at a high point or at any point of catching the ball. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. They're all different, and I don't know if it's to say, shoot, they probably better than me anyway. You know what I'm saying? They probably want to be compared to Robert Woods and Juju's and Amaras and stuff like that anyway. So that'll probably set them up. That'll probably be better for their future. So.
Okay, well, thanks again.
Okay, and then we'll take our last question from Ryan Young.
Keary, has Michael Jackson impressed you or surprised you in any way in particular? Or I'll ask it a different way. What's the area he's grown the most since you started recruiting him?
Not a surprise at all. Obviously, he was an early commit for us. Getting to know him and his family over the process, you learn about him. You know what I mean? And so, he came to camp, and for a couple of years, he was the fastest man in camp when he came. He competed then. He competes now. He didn't get to play a season last year, and I got to communicate with him all year. And literally almost every time I was talking to him, he was either doing school or he was at his gym working out. It doesn't surprise me just because I know what type of young man he is. And, it's just good to see in person, and it's good to kind of to finally work with him, and obviously I'm excited about the opportunity to help him grow as a player and as a young man. But, again, he did a great job, thus far, especially week one of spring ball. So I'm excited, for what he's going to do in his career.
Thank you.
All righty. Keary, Drake, thanks for joining us. Great job today. We appreciate your time. Just a reminder to the media that today's practice will be at the Coliseum. There's a few changes that I need to alert you to. First of all, practice has been moved back to the media viewing part of practice starts at 3:55. I'm going to send you all an email on this. I do need you to contact me this morning to let me know if you're coming so I can put your name on a list. And parking will be through gate 16 on Bill Robertson Way on the west side of the Coliseum. I'll give you all that info, but please send me by noon today if you plan to attend practice. Okay, and with that, we will see you all.
Drake London, best receiver out of 805. See you.
Thank you. It's not possible, but thank you.
All righty, guys. Thanks.